Planning travel but feeling like prices are up across the board? Yeah, it's real. I feel it too. Travel really can be more expensive right now, but it doesn't have to be. There are places out there that still offer great value for travelers. And today we're looking at the 10 best budget countries to visit right now. These are places with deep culture, stunning sights, and tons to experience, and they're all entirely possible to visit for under $50 a day. A few will definitely surprise you. I know they surprised me, and some of them will seem like they're really just hiding in plain sight. I mean, if I asked you what the cheapest place in the world is, your answer probably wouldn't be Europe. But right now, you can visit a country right in the heart of Europe without breaking the bank at all. Albania is one of Europe's best kept secrets. Imagine more visited nearby countries like Greece or even Turkey, but without most of the cruise ship crowds, no $100 sunbeds, and no post-trip moment where you cringe at your new credit card debt. In Albania, you get Mediterranean beaches with turquoise water, Ottoman-era towns, and that modern city feeling in the country's capital of Tirana. From Tirana, everything's a short drive away, really. You can find meals for under $5, a coffee or beer won't run you more than $1, and simple places to stay can easily cost you between $20 and $30 a night. In addition to being affordable right now, Albania also happens to be one of the safest countries in Europe, and is incredibly diverse with many different ethnicities and religions living together in a uniquely beautiful way. I mean, when I recently spent a few days in and around Tirana, I fell in love with the place quickly. And just nearby, you've got mountains, coastline, even local farm stays. But in the city itself, you'll just find a unique sense of all the layers of the country's history that together add up to what is today's Albania. So for access to just about anything you'd want, beaches, culture, great food, and all the good stuff, Albania's got it all, and well, as they like to say, the price is right. Oh yeah, and many different nationalities get visa-free access for short stays, including every country in North America and in Europe. But let's talk about a very special country over in Asia that I was lucky enough to experience myself for the first time recently. The Philippines is what happens when tropical paradise and budget travel shake hands and say, let's make magic. You can get meals for $2, $3, maybe $4, a place to stay for under $20, and when you're island hopping, ferries often only cost a few bucks. But when it comes to the Philippines, it's really the friendly locals that are going to sell you on the place. I mean, I've been to around 80 countries now, all with tons of beautiful and welcoming people, but Filipinos are in a league of their own. And when it comes to where to stay, it's one of those countries where you can basically just go with whatever type of accommodations you prefer. Bigger cities will be more expensive, but even there you can find solid local hotels charging around $20 a night. When you make your way outside of cities though and get to know Filipino island life, things mostly get even cheaper. And every single place I visited in the Philippines, besides being incredibly welcoming, could probably be best described as very cinematic. I mean, the nature there is kind of unreal. Turquoise water, rice terraces, waterfalls, perfect sunset and sunrise horizons. Whether you're in it for the bustle of Manila or Cebu, or just want to explore some of the country's more than 7,000 islands, the Philippines is a wonderful place to visit, and it offers some of the best value you'll find anywhere. Okay then, from island paradise to African desert paradise, Tunisia is an underrated place. It's got the Mediterranean beaches, Sahara dunes, ancient Carthage with its ruins that give Rome a run for its money, and it's all very cheap. Tunisian food is great, and you can eat for less than $5 at a solid restaurant. A coffee or beer is usually about $1. And hotels can vary, but throughout the country, local guest houses and simple hotels will charge $20 or $30 a night. In Tunisia, it's really up to you. You can just get the Mediterranean vibes, just experience the desert, chill out in the city, or get a little bit of everything. And outside of a few beach resorts, you won't find tourist crowds anywhere. I literally wandered through a Roman amphitheater without seeing anyone else around the whole time. So, Europe, Asia, Africa, there's great value countries all over the world. But you might not expect to find places that affordable across the Atlantic. Let's be real. North America can be brutally expensive these days. In Canada and the United States, traveling for under $50 a day is possible, but it's gonna take some serious effort and some sacrifice when it comes to comfort. Head south and suddenly your money stretches a lot further. There are lots of budget-friendly countries to visit in Latin America, but Guatemala really stands out right now as one of the best budget destinations in the Western Hemisphere. Lake Atitlan is a one-of-a-kind place. Think volcanoes in the background, tiny villages on the shore, and tuk-tuks that will happily overtake you on blind corners. Hostels will often sell beds for under $10. You can eat for like $2 or $3 if you want. And getting around is never too expensive. Compared to Mexico, Guatemala is roughly in the same ballpark for daily costs and sometimes even cheaper right now. Southern Mexico is Mayan, Guatemala is mostly Mayan too, but I guess I'd say the real difference lies in the scale. Smaller towns, a lot fewer tourists, and a different feeling overall. But like Mexico, there's beaches lining the Pacific and Caribbean coasts, so it can be a great place to combine culture and nature-driven visits with some proper beach time. And Antigua, Guatemala looks like a place straight out of a movie set. Symmetrical streets, pastel buildings, cobblestones, just with a lot more volcanoes around. But let's take a look back at Europe because there are a few more countries worth considering visiting there right now. Portugal is definitely one of those, but maybe not for the reasons you think. Lisbon and Porto are fantastic cities, but in my book, they're officially no longer budget friendly, especially Lisbon. Pretty much everywhere else in Portugal is still budget friendly though. Maybe not quite as cheap as you'd find in, say, the Philippines, Guatemala, or even Albania, but as far as Western Europe goes, it's about as good as it gets. Less visited cities like Coimbra, Braga, or Alentejo will have plenty of meals available for way less than $10, $20 to $40 rooms, and unlimited cheap espressos and pastel de nata. It's still iconic Portugal, perhaps even a little more authentic feeling, just without the part where you spend way more than you wanted to. And out of all the countries we've gone over so far, Portugal definitely has the best public transport system. So overly long bus rides or pricey rental cars can switch to surprisingly affordable and scenic train rides. If you're looking for that quintessential European experience without spending over $50 a day, it's still entirely possible outside of the bigger, busier cities in Portugal. And another country in Europe that floats under most travelers' radar but offers impressive value is Georgia. Not the one that's home to America's very best baseball team, the original one. Georgia is beautiful, diverse, maybe a little chaotic, and cheap. Basically everything you're looking for in a country. Hearty meals can cost around $5, a place to stay can start around $20, and if you're at all interested in wine, Georgia is the hidden gem for you. Wine tastings can be super cheap, and with the country laying claim to being the place that wine was first made, there's definitely enough to go around. But if you're just in it for some Black Sea coastline, they've got that too. The city of Batumi is right along the coast, and generally as you get out of the capital of Tbilisi, prices go even further down. Just make sure to double check your booking. A surprising number of people think they're flying to the country and then end up in the US state. One has Khachapuri, one has Waffle House, both great, both affordable, but very different trips. Now for a country you probably wouldn't expect to see on a budget list. Yes, Japan. Stay with me. Japan may not seem like your classic budget backpacking country, but right now it can be surprisingly cheap. During COVID, the yen got really weak, and it's stayed that way since then, which for you means Japan is surprisingly affordable. While a few years ago $1 only got you 100 yen, now it gets you about 150 yen. Convenience store and grocery store meals are less than $5, business hotels can cost $30 or $40 a night, and pod hostels are even cheaper if you're going solo. Not every single thing in Japan is cheap, but there are always cheap options. For example, Shinkansen bullet trains are not budget friendly. If you're not in a huge rush though, and in Japan you probably shouldn't be, regional trains offer an equally interesting experience and are cheap. Have you ever wondered what it's like to take a train in Japan? If you want to compare those two train experiences in Japan, I made a whole video about riding on both for you during one of my mini trips to the country. But generally, to visit Japan on a budget, stick to smaller cities that still have good tourist infrastructure. Fukuoka, Aomori, Tottori, or even Nagoya. Especially when you avoid visiting during peak times, these kinds of places can offer amazing value, and every single place I've been in Japan is fascinating. You still get temples, neon, vending machines selling things nobody needs, and spotless streets, just without the Tokyo and Kyoto prices. Let's head from ultra-efficient Japan over to ultra-relaxed Thailand. Thailand remains one of the ultimate beginner-friendly budget destinations. Street food is never more than a few dollars, but you can eat from a place in the Michelin guidebook for well under $20 too. Rooms can cost about $15 a night if you're going budget, and hostels will be even cheaper. Plus the country has pretty good transport. The capital city of Bangkok is easy to get around, and a metro ride is at most a few dollars. The further you get away from tourist-heavy areas, the cheaper things get too. A mango smoothie for $1, pad thai for $2, a massage for like $5, those kinds of prices are hard to beat. If I were visiting again, I'd probably try to combine some time in the rice fields of the north, Bangkok, and an island or two. But it's all very budget friendly if you're coming with dollars or euros. Honestly, just showing up anywhere in Thailand will be worth it. And now for a country that shocked even me with its prices when I recently visited. Malaysia is one of the most underrated budget countries in Southeast Asia. Honestly, I don't even understand how it still is cheap as it is. Kuala Lumpur gives you skyscrapers, night markets, and some of the best public transport in the region, and you can eat like a king for way less than $10 per meal. Malay, Chinese, South Asian, really just what seems like endless assortments of tasty food, all for the price of a bottled water at an airport. Hostels can cost under $10 a night, and private rooms often start under $20, but I've even stayed at a Hilton in Kuala Lumpur for like $40 a night. You will find tourist hubs like Penang or Langkawi, and even parts of Kuala Lumpur are slightly pricier than lesser known spots, but honestly the whole country is budget friendly. Plus, it's not just the food. Malaysia has this amazing mix of Malay, Indian, and Chinese culture. You definitely see it in the food, but it's really present in everyday life. I found it to be the perfect kind of diverse place where everyone just fits in right away. And having Singapore right next door contextualizes things even further. You can get a lot of the same things in Malaysia for way cheaper, but often Malaysia is just overlooked. And speaking of places that look far more expensive than they actually are, let's look at a Silk Road classic. Uzbekistan just looks like it was built for travel photographers. Samarkand, Bukhara, Khiva, every street corner looks like a movie set, and the capital city of Tashkent is very unique too. You can eat for $1 if you really want to, but most meals aren't over $5. Places to stay start for as little as $15 a night, give or take, depending on the city and season, and trains are cheap and a really interesting way to experience the country. It's safe, unique, affordable, and honestly one of the most visually stunning places you can visit anywhere. And if you've got any interest in becoming a millionaire the easy way, just go to Uzbekistan. Something like $80 is 1 million Uzbeki som. So, that's my full list. The best budget countries to visit this year. Europe, Asia, Africa, and the Americas all made it, and I'll definitely be revisiting one or two of these places this year too. If you want to compare to my best budget countries lists from last year or the year before, watch one of those next. And if you like this video, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment down below telling us which budget country you're most likely to visit this year. Or if you've got another budget-friendly country in mind that didn't make the list, drop that down below too. But that's it for this video. To another year of insightful and budget-friendly travel, and I'll see you in the next one.